Okay, we're gonna get into it. Today's gonna be a little bit longer of a workout, but lots of rest built in. So we'll do a warm up. It's just 2 rounds, and there's gonna be 4 movements. We'll just do the first one piece by piece. We're gonna start with 10 slow air squats. So we're just gonna squat 10 times, but we're thinking about taking like 3 seconds to the bottom, and then we can come back up. So let's do 10, just at a nice slow pace. Second movement is going to be 20 glute bridges. So I'm going to come onto my back, bringing my heels in as close as I can to my butt, and then I'm going to squeeze my glutes, opening my hips all the way, and then back down. We're going to do 20 of these. So I'm just opening my hips as far as I can for 20 reps. Movement number 3 is going to be 30 mountain climbers. So there's a couple different ways to do mountain climbers. I'm cool with either one. It is just a warm up. So first one is like I've got one leg straight, 1 foot forward on the ground, and then I'm just going to jump to alternate. So in this version, my front foot is always touching the ground. It's going to be a little less ab intensive than the other version where I'm just thinking about bringing my knee forward and then alternating, but my front foot never touches. We're going to do 30. Each one counts as 1. So don't do 60. Each time your leg comes forward, that's 1 rep. Let's do 30. Whew. And movement number 4 is going to be 20 steps in a bear crawl. So you can go in a tiny little circle, or maybe a few feet forward, a few feet back. But I'm going to bring my hands to the ground, keeping my arms and legs a little bit straight, as much as I can. And then from here, I'm just going to walk. So here's 1 step, 2, 3. We're going to do 20 total steps. So we're just going to go through that sequence one more time. 10 slow air squats, 20 glute bridges, 30 mountain climbers, 20 steps in a bear crawl. Let's start with those slow air squats. Just taking a few seconds to come to the bottom and then standing up. There's 2 for me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 20 glute bridges. Nicely done. After those 20 glute bridges, we're gonna do 30 mountain climbers whenever you're ready. And then we're gonna do 20 steps in a bear crawl. Let's do it. All right. So today's workout is 2 5-minute AMRAPs, but we're gonna go through them twice. And there's rest in between. So the whole thing altogether is 26 minutes. But like I said, good deal of rest in there. So how it's gonna work, we're gonna do a 5-minute AMRAP of 5 burpees, 10 V-ups or tuck-ups, and then 10 thrusters. So we'll just cycle through those 3 movements as many times as we can for 5 minutes. And I will, I'll paste this in the chat too. Then after that first 5 minutes, we'll rest for 2 minutes. Then we will do a second 5-minute AMRAP. That's still gonna be 5, 10, 10 for reps, but the movements will be slightly different. So we're gonna do 5 either handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, or push press, some sort of mostly vertical push. Then 10 reverse crunches, then 10 jump squats. So after 5 minutes of those 3 movements, we'll rest 2 minutes again, and then we'll just repeat that whole sequence one more time. So let me just copy that just so that a little reference, just in case. And I will, of course, let everyone know where we're at. Copy. Okay, so that is in the chat if you need a reference at any point. So let's talk about the first AMRAP. We've got 5 burpees. I think I've seen you all do burpees numerous times at this point, but a couple ways to kind of increase the efficiency of the burpee. One is eliminating as much of a push-up, either lower down or push up. We kind of want to do a controlled flop to the ground. So our arms are basically absorbing the downward movement so we don't crash into the ground, but I don't want to jump back like this and then lower myself to the ground. Because then as I do more and more, I'm just kind of unnecessarily fatiguing my upper body. So I'm just going to kind of bring my hands to the ground, hit the deck with as much control as I can. And then even as I come up, I don't want to do a push-up like that. I'm just thinking of it like I'm peeling myself off the ground, then snapping my hips shut. Let's do 3 sample burpees, warm-up burpees for health and wellness. Looks great. All right. Second movement is going to be the V up or the tuck up. I'll let you decide. And if both of those don't feel like the right thing, we could also do sit-ups as well. So just keep that in mind. So for a V up, I'm going to start on my back, arms above my head, legs straight. Essentially, I want my legs together, toes pointed. And I'm going to fold up and bring my hands and feet together. Each time returning to this hollow position. So the tuck up is kind of the cousin of that movement. So instead of keeping my legs straight and coming up, I'm going to bend my knees and tuck into a ball. And my arms are just coming forward. So V up, tuck up, and then sit up. Let's try like 4 or 5. See what we like. If you're not sure, give both a try. We'll be doing 10 at a time. I personally think I'm going to shoot for tug ups. But you never know. Also, feel free to mix and match. Maybe you start with V-ups and on your second round, the juice just isn't there for V-ups, but it is there for tuck-ups. You can totally switch between the two. Then we've got the thruster. So thruster, you're going to need some sort of something you can hold in your hand or hands. But I'm basically performing a squat, and I want to use the upward momentum of that squat to send my weight overhead. So if I'm using a dumbbell, I'm going to start with that dumbbell in a racked position, so back end is resting on my shoulder. I'm going to squat down, and then in the last like 10% of the squat on the way up, I want to think like I'm hitting the boosters, really extending my hips hard to send the weight overhead. It's almost like the drive portion of a push press when you dip and then drive up, except I'm just attaching it to the end of a squat. Similarly, you have a two-handed item. Come out in front, extend overhead, just like that. If you're doing a one-hand item, switch between sides as you see fit. Maybe 5 on one, 5 on the other. Cool. Awesome. So that is the first 3 movements for the first AMRAP. Then we'll rest 2 minutes, and then we'll do a different AMRAP. First movement in that one is 5 handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, or push press. So if you have a spot to do handstand push-ups and you can do them, that's amazing. That's great. If you're not quite there yet, which is completely reasonable, pike push-ups will be the first scaling option. So for that, I'm basically gonna try and replicate a handstand push-up, but I'm scaling almost the same way that if we want to scale the push-up, we'll elevate our hands. We're just kind of redistributing our body weight. So I'm going to start with my feet wide, and I'm going to bring my hands to the ground. And now the further I walk my hands out, the easier it's going to be. So from here, hands are on the ground. I'm going to lower my head down to the ground and then back up. So it's like a handstand push-up. I just don't have all of my body weight up over my shoulders. So if I want to make that a little easier, I walk out, lower the top of my head to the ground, and then back up. And if that feels a little too hard, or an indication that it might be something to scale is that you can't get your head all the way to the ground. So if your head is still like 2-3 inches away from the ground at the bottom, then let's do push press. The next best movement. So for that, I'm just starting with a weight out in front of me, and I'm gonna dip and then drive up overhead. Almost like the top of that thruster, I just don't have to squat each time this time. So if you haven't yet, let's try a few reps of whatever we wanna do in the workout. Whether it's the push press, the pike push-up, or a handstand push-up, everyone will be in a different spot. Cool. And again, anytime there's a movement where we've got a number of different variations, feel free to mix and match as is needed. So after our 5 of our vertical push, we're gonna do 10 reverse crunches. So for a reverse crunch, I'm starting on the ground. So if I were to do a normal crunch, I would crunch up like this. This time I'm bringing my legs up. And then if I want a little bonus, I'm just gonna pop my hips at the top. Then I come back to this kind of sit-up position. So legs come up, pop my lower back off the ground, and return. Let's try it. Nice. All right. And the last movement will be jump squats. So I'm gonna squat down, and as I come up, I'm just gonna get a tiny bit of air. It doesn't have to be crazy. If you are somewhere where you can't jump for any reason, whether it be injury or maybe there are people below you, then let's just do 10 air squats. That's all good. But if you are able to do them, we're coming up, just getting a little air at the top and somehow making it twice as hard. All right. Okay, so 5-minute AMRAP, 5 burpees, 10 V-ups, 10 thrusters. Then we'll rest. Then we'll do 5-minute AMRAP of 5 handstand push-ups or pike push-ups or push press, 10 reverse crunches, 10 jump squats. Then we'll rest 2 minutes, and then we'll repeat that whole thing. Okay.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm gonna do push press and then for the thrusters, should it be heavy enough to be like, ooh, this is heavy each rep, or should it be like a little less than that, or should it be light?
I think if in a perfect world, you would have a weight that was definitely not easy, but you could do all 10 reps without having to put it down.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock for our first AMRAP, 5 burpees, 10 V-ups or tuck-ups, 10 thrusters. Let's start in 10 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice burpees, everyone. All right. Nice work. We're already 2 minutes down. Nice work. 90 seconds till we rest. One more minute. Ten seconds. Three, two, one, rest. All right, we're gonna rest for 2 minutes. Next one will be 5 of our handstand push-up variation, maybe push press, maybe pike push-ups, then 10 reverse crunches, 10 jump squats. Going in 90 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. AMRAP number 2. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice job, everyone. Woo. Doing great. Great jump squats on Isabel. Looks awesome. Doing great, everyone. We got 2 more minutes till we rest. "90 seconds. Nicely done. 30 seconds. There we go. Great work, everyone. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right. We're gonna rest 2 minutes. Then we'll go back to AMRAP number 1. 5 burpees, 10 V-ups or tuck-ups, 10 thrusters. Looks good. All right, 30 seconds. 5 burpees, 10 V-ups or tuck-ups, 10 thrusters. All right, 10 seconds. Gonna be great. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Great work, we're already a minute in. Time flies. Great work. "90 seconds left." One more minute. Nice work. "30 seconds." There we go. Nice job. "10 seconds and we rest." All right. Rest. Okay, 2 minutes. And then one more. Whew. One more minute. Coming up, we got 5 handstand push-ups or variation, 10 reverse crunches, 10 jump squats. We've been there before. We got this. All right, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Great job, everyone. Good stuff. Here we go. 90 seconds. One more minute. Nice job. 30 seconds. Home stretch. Ten seconds. Three, two, one, rest. All right. For a little mobility today, I think we're gonna do a seated straddle. So I'm gonna bring my legs out wide, and then I just wanna lean forward as much as I can. For me, not a lot. I know there are people that can come like all the way to the ground in this position. For me, it's just a few inches forward, and then I'm using my hands to kind of gently coerce me in that direction. And I'm breathing into the stretch as well. And then as we hang out here for about another minute or so, you could always come over to one side, maybe pull on that ankle, focus on that leg for a few seconds, and then move your way over to the other side, gently pulling on that ankle, back to the middle, just kind of exploring side to side and middle. We'll go for about 40 more seconds. We did it. Great job, everyone. Thanks for coming. Have a great day.